I'm sitting in the fucking snow.
Hey guys, Coach Wolverine and Coach Kelowna at you with another conversation over drinks today. And today we're talking about how a person could potentially use comparisons for fuel towards something that they're wanting to accomplish, good challenges, self-challenges, and why it's important to be mindful as to how we compare ourselves to others. So, before we get too far, I'm going to show you guys that we are sitting in snow today because it was too warm to justify just standing outside.
It was too comfortable.
Yeah, it was too comfortable, so we wanted to get uncomfortable.
And I am uncomfortable.
Okay, guys.
What do we got going on there?
Can I get you to pull the plastic off that, please?
You got them all wet.
Should just be a sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. This deck of cards, okay? 52 cards. Well, 54 because there's the jokers in here. This represents your life. Okay.
You want me to spread them out?
So the cards did not fall because they were too cold and they're now wet together. So Coach Kelowna here is spreading them out for us.
I'm not doing this.
Anyways, so the purpose of this example is to show that the probability of the deck of cards landing exactly the same way twice is next to none. That is how your life is. Your life is 110% unique to you and you alone. Your trials, your tribulations, your experiences are unique to you. So for you to compare yourself to somebody else's fitness journey, to compare yourself to how
someone else's wallet,
somebody else's different financial status, to somebody else's relationship status, to someone else, literally anything, progress in business, progress in personal development, progress in, doesn't matter, anything, just literally anything. When you compare yourself, you can't because the only common denominator between you and that other person is that we're both human beings. That's it. Every other aspect is unique to us. The main thing is we all have the power of choice through opportunity. Every single one of us is dealt our own hand of cards, and it's how we choose to play those cards is going to be what sets you apart from everyone else in this world, because you are as unique as can be. There is a reason why every single fingerprint amongst every human is not identical, right?
Correct. Similar to a snowflake or whatever. But I think one of the things we forget is that we all have our own journey, but we all also have the equal ability to help other people on theirs.
Absolutely.
And that's the craziest thing. So when we're talking comparisons, we're always comparing ourselves to someone else. Chances are no one had, like, as Coach Wolverine said, no one's had the same starting point. No one was dealt the same hand to roll with, but we all have the ability to help each other. And that falls on us to be supportive of other people, to, if we know something that can aid someone else, to help them. Obviously they would need to be, and you need to be willing to be helped. That's a whole nother conversation. But when we're talking about comparisons, and one big thing that I talk about a lot, or that we've learned a lot about in courses, especially in males, is that one of the number one reasons for going to the gym is competition.
Absolutely.
Which has its pitfalls in regards to, as we said, being competitive with others that are, like, everything is built differently. But being competitive as that person is farther along and that's what I want to do, it's a good idea to take a look at what they're doing or ask them what they're doing so that you can get there. You can use them as a benchmark, which is a positive way to use comparisons. You can be competitive with others. Like, they always kind of say, like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. That's an idea of being competitive versus just comparing. If you're constantly comparing, you're basically like, that person has what I want, F that, and then it's negative. They only have that because, or I don't have that because. Like, as soon as you shift the focus from yourself onto some extringent factor or who and whatever, you're essentially victimizing yourself and taking away from what you could be doing. And when it comes to competition, it drives a lot of us. So you need to assess and understand how competitive you are as a person, and then you can understand where to use it and how to use it. But
so essentially, when somebody has something that you want or is somewhere that you want to be, instead of being envious or jealous of them, ask them how. How did they get there? How did they do that? And you'd be surprised at how your perspective of the world will change, because it is you're forcing yourself into a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, which leads most to being a victim. Nobody is going to get anywhere they want to be being a victim. Plain and simple.
Path of least resistance is to do nothing and just hang out and find other reasons why people have what you want or people don't have things. And that's just to find, if you want to justify it by sitting there and doing nothing or constantly worrying about other people's lives before you worry about your own, you're going to do nothing. You're just constantly going to be comparing without competing.
When you're driving a car, where are you supposed to be looking? Straight ahead of you, right? Because if you look at the ditch for too long, you're going to end up veering off into the ditch. So keep looking in front of you. Don't worry about who's in the next lane beside you, and focus on you. That is the main aspect of all of this, is focus on you. If you are comparing yourself to others, use them as fuel. Ask them, how did they get there? And that you want to learn from them because you want something that they have. And that's okay. But it's a matter of doing it for yourself. Because nobody has a better hand than you do. Nobody. We all have that unique hand. Always remember that. However, my ass is frozen.
So cold. You want to stand up? I also want to stand up.
I think we're actually almost out of time. All right. I'm going to try stand up here. Oh. The grace of the ballerina resulted in my tea now being iced tea. Ha ha ha. I like to think I'm funny.
Mine's gone.
All right, guys. Well, as always, this episode will be uploaded onto YouTube, so please like, subscribe, and share. Even if you found entertainment in this, it's highly appreciated. The more eyes on this, the more we can get the message out, the more lives we're going to be able to impact, which is the goal, when we're just hoping to have fun while doing it.
And we want to have some fun, and I think the biggest thing, guys, with competition is, like I said, identify if you're competitive or not, and then we work towards using it, either leveraging it or avoiding it. If you constantly find yourself comparing in a negative light, especially at the gym, well, maybe we need to look at going to the gym when it's empty and there's the least amount of people there, or we transition to working out at home. Find solutions. Don't think that you have to change your raw identity or what your total outlook is overnight. It's not going to happen, but we can find solutions until we progress into a point where you can show up at the gym and you're not worried about what everyone else is doing, because you've built confidence in your own plan. You know where you want to go. You have your goals. You have your plans, and other people can compare themselves to you if they want, but you're going to show up and get it done. And I think that's the biggest thing, is it all grows into that, finding solutions. So you have to reflect and identify if being competitive is something that can either help or hinder you. I know myself, I'm super competitive. I like to go to the gym at 2 in the afternoon when there's 8 people in there, and just kind of do my own thing. So that's one thing that I've had to do for myself and identify it, and it'll be a constant something that I work on, but it's not the same for everyone. But there's always a solution once you find, and there's always a way to leverage that. So that's the biggest thing here that I wanted to hammer home. But as Dylan said, we're going to be doing more. We're going to be getting more and more out. And anything you want to hear, any comments, any feedback,
we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. Fire us a message personally, comment on the video, do your thing. We'll catch it on YouTube along with some other stuff coming, and we're pretty excited about. Once it warms up, we're going to be doing little more adventures and stuff like that. So we appreciate it.
All right, guys, this has been another conversation over drinks. Take care.
All right.